Today's guest is beauty executive at some of the fastest growing prestige company, including Smashbox, Kay Somerville, and Juicy Marin Cosmetic. But as a longtime eczema sufferer, I didn't know you have eczema, Amy. Your skin is so beautiful.
Oh, that's really kind of you. I've had eczema my entire adult life. So since I was
Seriously?
like 18.
Oh my God, I was suffering from that when I saw you for our mutual
Mm,
friend's birthday. I was still trying to recovering for that. So
mm.
so I guess me and you would never get into that conversation because I would ask you for help because I
Yeah,
was
I'll tell you all the things.
yeah. So I'm doing okay. So everyone in the audience. So I met Emmy through our mutual friends, and I know you in a beauty product, but I had to admit I didn't know like your beauty product was actually from the source of you were suffering for eczema because
Yeah.
I have that problem, and you see me, I hardly have any makeup on, is because for the same reason. And it was so nice of you when we saw you, you even brought like a little product for me. And then so your product, the lip gloss, is one of the things I carry with me all the time.
Oh.
And I have to admit, like I just not really good with makeup, and I'm always hesitate pulling on my skin just because I have like patches everywhere. So
Hmm.
the one product I really love and I still carry with my travel bag is the one that you can use for your cheek and your lip.
Oh, the blush?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you use it for your lip too? Or am I
Yeah,
just
you can
doing
use it
that?
on your cheek and your lip for sure.
Okay, so I was using that. So, it was funny because I was gonna do the introduction about you, but then when I saw the note, I was like, what? Asthma? I didn't even know you have asthma. I mean, that's what
We're
it is.
actually, Tower 28 has, so if you look at our products, we have this it's called the National Eczema Association Seal of Acceptance. We're
Uh-huh.
the only beauty brand that's 100% adherent to the National Eczema Association. So that means we abide by a pretty strict no-no list. We're clean at Sephora, we're clean at Goop, clean at Credo, but which really is just another word for like non-toxic. And then in addition to that, we also abide by the National Eczema Association's standards. So we avoid a big list of irritating ingredients, and then we test everything to make sure that it is safe for sensitive skin and dermatologist approved.
Do people know about that or just me? Because people like me with really sensitive skin. I mean, I first of all, I don't know how to put makeup. So your blush line, the one that I got from you, it was perfect because for travel basis, I travel so much was I just used it for the lip and blush was easy. And you're right,
Mhm.
before I even find out today that was as you started this company because you're an asthma sufferer like me.
Yeah.
Um, I actually did it on my cheek and then it was
Yeah.
fine. I had no problem with it. So it makes sense now.
Well, I
Um,
mean, it's so much.
yeah.
That's actually the reason why I wanted to make makeup specifically, was because I wanted to be able to cover my problems.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to put something on my skin that would make my skin worse. And
Exactly.
so I was looking for products that were just that safe for sensitive skin and also clean, because if you have a working skin barrier, meaning that it's not inflamed or red or broken, then your skin actually should do a pretty good job of protecting you and keeping anything bad out. Like, I mean, we're affected by so many things, pollution, etc. But if you're like me and if you have eczema or if you have acne or anything where your skin barrier is compromised,
Hmm.
then things get inside of your skin and they go into your skin is your body's largest organ. What goes on your skin goes into your bloodstream. Um, I don't know. They say for a working skin barrier, 70% of what goes on your skin goes into your bloodstream. I don't know if that's true. But then to me, if it's an open skin barrier, it's like everything's going in. So I just feel like for people with sensitive skin, I just try to be a little more careful around what I'm putting in our products.
No, I love you for that. That's awesome. I mean, besides the fact that you're an awesome girlfriend, but like
Yeah.
I didn't know that's what Tower 28 was based on. And thank you for showing me the logo. So now when
Yeah.
I'm looking for product, skin product, now I know that's what I'm supposed to look
I mean,
for.
it's how I was shopping for like my detergent and for my soaps and like just my household items. And so when it came to launching Tower 28, I was like, I'm already shopping this way and I use this as a resource. And so that's how we started making our products. I just really believe in,
Yeah.
there's a lot of beauty brands that take a they exclude things based on what they believe, And I like thinking that we exclude things based on what third-party verification tells us to, because at the end of the day, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a chemist. And I believe in other people who do the research and they spend their lives doing that. So
Mhm.
whether it's sustainability or it's but trying to be more clean, safe for sensitive skin, we really do look to third parties who are really knowledgeable in those areas to kind of think about whose advice to follow.
Do you always suffering for eczema? The reason I asked that was I know you were in the beauty industry, cosmetic for many years before you started your own company.
Mhm.
So for somebody if always have, the skin problem, how you even got into the beauty cosmetic industry, So
Yeah, so I've had eczema since I was like 18.
okay.
And I think the reason why it became more important to me, honestly, was because I felt really insecure. I was always a person that met with Sephora, that met with Nordstrom, Neiman Marcus. And I was always doing this. I was like selling the next greatest, way to perfect your skin or to make your makeup look great. And I felt like, but don't look at me, because I would get it on my hands and I would get it on my
Mhm.
face, mostly like here. And I still get it sometimes on my neck.
Yeah, I do too.
Um,
It's my neck and my forehead. Yeah.
oh, really? I never get it on
Mhm.
my forehead. I only get it on my neck. I used to get it on my eyelids quite a
Oh
bit.
yeah, I get that too, like my eyebrow or
And
something.
I used to give it around my nose for some reason.
Mm.
Um, but that was really the impetus for me, was because I felt really self-conscious about it and I wanted to be able to cover it up. And I felt a little bit like, I don't know, where do you work in the beauty industry? No one ever said this to me, but I felt like I was supposed to know how to wear makeup and I was supposed to know how to, I was supposed to have nice skin and these types of
Yeah.
things that you tell yourself. And so and I also want to be able, one of the fun things about working in beauty is you get to try all the products and you get to be part of the process.
Yeah, that's what I think you would love. Well,
Yeah,
it's like that was the benefit, right?
totally. But it was really hard for me to do that. And I became really nervous, right? Like I was working at Josie Marin, whose number one product is argan oil, which is a nut. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm allergic to nuts. And
Oh
I like
no.
wouldn't touch any of the products. And I got really nervous.
Oh
I just
no.
didn't know what was wrong with me. And ultimately, something like eczema, rosacea, like there are these certain like inflammatory conditions where we don't know why we get them, but there's
Yeah.
no cure for it. And and it's chronic.
Yeah.
So,
It just
and
come
you
back
can't
whenever.
control it.
Yeah.
So the
My
only
my was like stress, and
Yes.
then and
Yes.
for you say you started when you were 18. Mine was like I think I have it much later. I think it may be because my stress level just can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think I started when I was like 18, but I didn't it ebbs and flows for me with stress.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the more stress I feel, it's like I wear my stress. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
So that's how you come up with Tower 28. But why you name Tower 28? Well,
So Tower 28 is a real lifeguard tower at the intersection of Santa Monica and Venice. And
okay.
what happened was, very truly, I was trying to name the company, and it's hard to name companies these days because you have to get the handles, you have to get the website, and you have to get the
Hmm.
trademark. And I couldn't come up with a name. And then a friend of mine sent me a text one day and she was like, "We're all going to the beach, meet me at Tower 28." And I thought, the beach has always been this place to me. And I've lived on the west side. So I live close to the beach and I've lived on the west side for over 20 years now. And one of the things I love about the beach is that it's this place everybody gets to enjoy a clean and healthy lifestyle. And for me, that's kind of what I hope Tower 28 is. So our products are it's like a masstige price point. So our products are sold at Sephora and Goop, so prestige environments, but it's the entry level price point in that environment. So our lip gloss is $16 instead of being $25.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. Because then it's more affordable for people. And
It's more
yeah.
affordable for people. And what I really wanted was, I wanted people to, I kind of, and I still feel like this, I feel like the conversation around healthy food is kind of very similar, where it's like, why is it only wealthy people get to eat
Yeah. I
healthy?
mean, like I can tell you, like the Goop, right? They were saying, well, that's only for the wealthiest, but
Yes.
yeah.
Right. And so, and I mean, by the way, I used to think that about Goop, and now like I'm really proud that Goop is selling our products. Right. So,
Yeah, exactly.
and I think that opens it up for people, because even if you're talking about, I don't, whether you're talking about like different races, but also different income levels, right?
Hmm.
And ages, right? Like I'm looking at like my own kids, like I have two daughters, and I
Oh,
wanted my daughters to be able to buy something that was
good for the
healthier and
skin.
better for
Yeah.
you. So like even if you think about, again, I don't know if the statistic is true, but people say that if you wear lip product every day, you eat 7 pounds of it a year.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know if that's true, but if it
But I
is,
can see that.
but
Yeah.
certainly some part of that is true, right? Because
Yeah.
you're ingesting it. And so then why shouldn't it be something that is literally edible? So
Yeah.
our lip gloss is made out of basically like oils.
Oh. I really love the lip gloss that I got, the clear one, because you can put it on over everything. And
Yeah.
I'm so glad that now you're telling me it's eatable. So
I mean, we use, and we
wow,
don't
it's
use essential
beautiful.
oils or fragrance. So we use like a food grade flavor in it. So what you taste in it is literally like edible.
Oh wow. And then it's true. People were suffering for skin condition. Because I get scared trying stuff like, all the name brand, the luxury brand.
Mhm.
Everybody like, wow, this is the fountain review or makeup and
Yeah.
and for me is like, wow, I wish I can try, but I wouldn't even take up like the chance just because I know like my
Yeah.
skin would literally inflame. You get redder, you
Yeah.
know, and then you're just gonna see me coming out with patches like red spot. And then if I put like cover stick over it, it just make it worse. It just then you get really dry. So
Yeah.
yeah. And then I think that when
I
you made
really,
the
that really resonates with me. I
yeah,
understand very much how that feels.
yeah, and then it was like how many people can afford like a nice Sephora was like when I was in school, like it was like such a great place to go and shop, right? And if for someone who has a skin problem and if you don't have certain income, you can't just buy a bunch of stuff and try it out.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's amazing. So when you must be like totally don't get the benefit when you're working for all this beauty product because you probably can't even try those,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, before, right? I
Yeah.
mean, now I can use all of our products. And the irony is I set out to make a makeup company. I ended up launching this product, or SOS spray. And very truly, like you said, like I actually I've never had such little eczema in my life now. So I still get it once in a while, but I mostly get it on my neck, and I don't really get it on my face anymore. And I really don't get it on my hands very much anymore. Um, and I think it is very much like it is the product
What
that's
is
made.
that? Can you tell me about it? Because I'm interested.
Yeah, no, this is actually our number one selling individual SKU. Our lip gloss is our best selling kind of product family, but this product is our only skincare product. We're launching another one actually next month.
Oh,
Um,
congratulations. I'm looking forward to it.
yeah,
Yeah.
thanks. But this one is called our SOS spray, and it is basically an antibacterial, anti-inflammatory spray. So what it does is essentially all skin that has is angry, essentially has inflamed skin. And the thing that makes inflamed skin worse is your skin wants to heal itself. But if it essentially gets bacteria, that's what makes it harder, because it's trying to fight the bacteria. It doesn't have a chance to like heal itself.
Okay.
What this does is it keeps your skin calm and soothed with
Hmm.
the anti-inflammatory that benefits, but then it also helps keep it clean because of the antibacterial, so that your skin can heal itself.
Oh, good. I need that because that's the yeah, it's like a
Yeah, you
vicious
should really, I
cycle
mean,
when you
honestly, if you spray it, like I would say in general, like we'd say you can use it as almost like a replacement for your toner. So you would cleanse, and then you would use our SOS spray, and then you would do your moisturizer or whatever your actives are.
yeah.
Um, and I personally use it. I don't cleanse my skin in the morning because I'm getting older and I'm dry. And
Yeah.
so I like using it just straight away to help clean my skin in the morning. And then I go into moisturizer and everything else.
Ooh,
Um,
yes.
which I actually have a pretty simple skincare routine, but then I use it at night as well. But if I'm going through something active, I'll use it throughout the day a few times.
Oh, I need that because it's really interesting you say replace the toner. Because for me, because my skin is really dry, eczema.
I have
So
really dry skin.
yeah, so I can. There's a lot of toner I can even use, even though when you say it's alcohol free, it still dry my skin. So
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Well, this product is only 3 ingredients. It's literally like a purified water, a salt, and salt is a natural preservative, and
Yeah.
then an ingredient called hypochlorous acid. Hypochlorous acid is an ingredient that our bodies make. Our bodies make it in defense of anything that it understands to be kind of under attack. And
Hmm.
so what it does is it does the same thing. It helps keep it, it's the antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. It's the active ingredient in it.
Oh, that's
So because it's
wonderful.
100% natural and your body makes it, your body kind of also knows what to do with
Is your two daughter must be so happy. They must be like, yay, they get to
it.
try all the makeup, all the cosmetic and the beauty product.
I
I
mean, I
said,
have a 12-year-old and an
uh-huh.
8-year-old daughter, and I think that, it's a constant struggle because I don't really want them to wear makeup either
Hmm.
yet. I
Hmm.
mean,
Yeah, they're still young. Yeah.
I just I don't think they need to do it that early, but I let them wear lip gloss. But yeah, I mean, I think naturally they have such an interest in it because it's what I do.
So what are you thinking about you having this beauty products and building this empire? I saw on your social media how when Sephora carrying your item, you brought them with you. It's so
Oh
cute.
yeah. Oh my God,
Yeah.
that TikTok. We posted it on Instagram, but we posted it on TikTok and it went,
Hmm.
I mean, I think it's at 2.2 million views right
Oh my
now.
gosh.
And we've put zero paid behind it. It's like our highest, I mean, people have been so interested. It was the first time that my kids started having people recognize them. Like people came up to my kids and they were like, wait, is your mom? Like, I mean, they're people at school,
Oh.
but it was really interesting. No, but to answer your question, I think not just my girls, but I have a son too. I have a
Oh yeah.
14-year-old son.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I think it's great for for both the boys and the girls and my son to see me doing it.
Mm.
Not only because I'm a woman, because I'm a woman of color, but I'm also their mom. And I think one of the reasons I really wanted to do it was because I felt like, I don't know, in general, I feel like it feels so gendered sometimes. My son had, when he was in preschool, they brought us in for like a parent day and they had these signs up that were like, what does your mom do while you're at school? And what does your dad do while you're at
Mhm.
school? And they had all the kids answer the questions. And in general, the statements were very similar, which is like, what does your dad do? He talks on the phone, he works on his computer, he works, like all these things. And then for the female side of it, what does your mom do? It was like, my mom exercises, my mom cooks, my mom cleans, my mom,
Mhm.
and it just felt so gendered
Mhm.
that I really wanted my kids to feel like women can do lots of things and not just clean and cook, which obviously is a job in and of itself. It's a very hard job.
Yeah.
But and mostly I think I want them to see me like try and strive and even fail sometimes, right? But just like try to live a dream.
What was your parents inspire you to have your own company? Like being Asian and like
Yeah,
Asian
I mean,
parents.
well, my parents grew up in Taiwan. They
Hmm.
moved to America in the 70s. I
Oh, we
was
still need to get Taiwanese food, by the way, Amy. We'll be talking
yeah,
about this. Me, you, and our mutual friend Ellen.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we have to go to hot pot.
Yeah. Yeah.
But my dad became an entrepreneur, but he didn't do it because he had a dream to become an entrepreneur. I think he would say he did it because he had to. He didn't feel like he was able to get the jobs that he was looking for on, he felt like there was a certain glass ceiling for him as
Hmm.
um, a Chinese man in California. So even he was a contractor, he was a property developer,
Hmm.
but honestly, he really only worked in the San Gabriel Valley. Like that was because he was working with other, essentially not even Asian, just Chinese people,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so I think I did watch him like do it. And I think that definitely inspired me to want to do it. But the funny thing is he was like, don't do this. It's so hard.
Oh, really? Oh,
You
wow.
don't want to do it. But I think I saw the juxtaposition of him versus my mom. My mom had a salaried job where she, clocked in, clocked out. She was an auditor for like very big companies like Southern California Edison and Kaiser
Uh-huh.
Permanente. And she just didn't like love her job the same way. She went to it and she did it, but she didn't have all the feelings, and my dad, I saw him have all of the feelings and just he was so into it and he had that passion for it. So for sure, I was, I definitely took a cue from my dad in that situation. But I think honestly, he's really surprised that not only as like a woman, but as an Asian woman, that
Hmm.
I've been able to have even the success in my career that I have, because I think he really felt like he was capped. And he actually ended up moving back to China because of that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mhm.
But then it's funny how they always say, don't do it. Even though they love what they do, they like, they don't want the children to follow this step because they see
Yeah.
how hard it is.
Well, he's
But
also not wrong. It is hard, right? I
yeah,
mean,
but look,
Mhm.
he must be so proud of you now. Like seeing the fact the child 28 is in Sephora and on Cube. And now I actually see your billboard sign when I was
Oh,
driving. I even
yeah.
took
We've
a
had
picture to
billboard
show
signs up
you.
around LA.
Yeah, it's so like I'm so proud of you. I took a picture
Oh,
and I
thank
showed you. I was
you.
like, oh my God, it's a sign. So
Oh, thank
yeah.
you.
And now I definitely like and I'm so happy you come up with a product that they really like fix some of the solution, like the problem that we have, like the people with skin problem. And this is the reason why I don't wear makeup, to be honest with you. Um, and then so
You
I'm
could wear
very
ours because
particular.
ours is all safe.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm so happy. And then that makes sense because, when you give me that blush, I was like, oh, this is perfect. It's like I was thinking more for travel purpose. And then
Uh-huh.
I didn't have any problem with this. And now when you explained it, that totally makes sense. So yeah, I'm gonna be your biggest fan. Not because you're my
Yay.
girlfriend, but yes, I'm your biggest fan. So yeah. And then so how you manage your time? Because I didn't know you have three. I thought you had two little girls.
Hmm.
You look great, by the way, having three kids. I don't know how you do it. So how you
That's
manage your
kind.
time? Like I barely can like take care of one. So
Oh my
yeah.
God. I don't know. At some point, it's like not that different, right? To have one. I mean, it is. It's not, I don't think it's ever been easy. When I had one kid, I didn't think it was easy. When I had two, I didn't think it was easy. Now I have three. They're older, which makes it a little bit easier. Like I have a 14-year-old, a 12-year-old, and an 8-year-old. I think the other thing that helps is my husband who works with me,
Mhm.
um, is like a true partner, right? So he really does, he's not like a passive father. He's very much a partner to me. And I think that makes a huge difference.
Oh, so wait, is it hard to work with your husband in a same company?
I think there's pros and cons to everything, right? I think at the end of the day, though, so he's our CFO.
Hmm.
And I think the number one benefit of it is there's literally no one I trust in the world more than my husband. And so it just allows me to kind of like let go
Hmm.
of certain things. And I think because he understands what I'm going through because he sees it, so I think there's just a different level of support and understanding than if we were kind of like both chasing different things.
Hmm.
So we're kind of all in on this now.
Oh, that's good. So you got on the same team. You
Yeah, we're
have
on
the
the same
same
team. And I
goal.
would say that's true across the board, right? So it's like whether
Hmm.
we're talking about our kids, whether we're talking about the business, like, I don't know. I think my husband and I have been together for 23 years. We met on the Love Boat.
Oh yeah, I remember. Oh my God. Wait, did you went to UCLA? I think that's one of the things
I
I
went to
was
UC San Diego.
UC San Diego. And then
Mhm.
I think you were in sorority, right?
I
So
was in a sorority, and I went to Love Boat the summer between my junior and senior year in
okay.
college. He went the summer after college. And we met in Taiwan, but we didn't start dating. He stayed there for a year because he did a Rotary scholarship. And then when
Uh-huh.
he came back, we sort of reconnected once I was in my first job. And then shortly after that, we started dating. So it's been a long time, but yeah, it's like probably one of the things I'm the most proud of is not really just my business, but my family life.
Yeah, you get growth together. And then
Yeah,
that's
we
a
grew
true
up together.
partnership. That is a
Mhm.
true partnership. And then I think having a great support system really help, right?
I mean,
So
I think having somebody believe in you
mhm.
is, there's not a gift quite like that in the world.
When you told him that you want to quit your, the stable job, he was totally down for it, or he was like
Well, it's
hesitant.
actually, I think the real gift he gave me wasn't this, it was starting even 4 years before that. So I worked in the beauty industry for, call it like 15 years. And then I was really unhappy in my job and I told him, and he was like, why don't you quit? And I was like, what? I didn't know I could quit my job. Like, that's a real thing. And he was like, listen, if you're not happy, just quit. And I had never quit a job without having another one. And I just never even considered it.
Mhm,
And I quit the next day and I took 4 years off where I just consulted. I had a third child, I remodeled a house. And I think that is a true gift, to be able to have time
mhm,
to figure out what you want to do, to be able to like really be thoughtful about your decisions and how you spend your time and figure out what you really want.
mhm.
And
Oh,
that's
wow.
something like I will never quite be able to like repay him for.
Oh, no, we like him. We all like him. He
Yeah.
sounds
No,
great.
he's the best. He's
Yeah.
here somewhere. I wonder if he can hear
I
me.
know I was gonna say hi. I was like, hi. No, that's amazing. So what would be your next project, or what's your goal? What's your next thing that you will want to accomplish for Tower 28?
So we're right now we are largely a makeup brand. We have
Mhm.
mostly color cosmetics, and we have this skincare
Oh
product.
yeah, I'm getting that by the way.
And so one of the things I really want to do is to continue developing on the skincare side. So we
Hmm.
actually have a product launching next month. That's a skincare product, and we just found out today that we won a really big award for it,
Oh,
which I'm not allowed to say which one, but it's a
okay.
big award. And I'm
Congratulations. Anyway,
thank
I'm gonna tell you
you.
congratulations first. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, it's, I mean, I think that's kind of the next big thing right now, is just really,
To
so much of
expand.
what we do is centered around serving people with sensitive skin and making them feel not only safe, but like I get such tremendous joy from when people use our products, like specifically this one, the SOS spray, and it really changes their skin. And like reading the reviews is so rewarding. So this next product we're launching, I think, is also literally a game changer. So I'm so excited.
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, I'm super
Good.
excited, even for my own self-interest. So I know I didn't know there was an option, to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
no, totally.
Yeah.
It's funny because we put it like on so many things. Like we put this little seal
Uh-huh.
on, and like if you look at our what we look like in store on the end cap, it's like written all over the things. And I'll stand there and I'll tell someone, oh, like we're safe for sensitive skin or whatever. And it literally says that. And people are like, oh, I had no idea. And I'm like,
Yeah.
it's here.
No, I'm serious. Like yeah, I think we need to I pretty much just give up. I pretty much just like there's nothing for me unless it's like a doctor prescription or something like that. Like
Yeah.
the when you go to like doctor's office and make them own. I thought that was the only thing I can use. So I didn't even like think that I have the option can go to Sephora and buy something pretty and fun and
Well, and
so
that's
on.
like, I'm so happy you said that. That's literally what I was hoping to do, was like, I always felt like when I was buying products that were safe for sensitive skin, it always made me feel like a patient, or like
Yeah.
there's something wrong with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and maybe that's why it's also hard to tell that our products are safe for sensitive skin, because I also didn't want them to be, I want it to be cute. I want it to be fun.
Yeah, exactly. No, and then I like your package. I like the fact that it was fun and it made me feel like it's just like I can use something cute and fun, it's not
Yeah.
just like medical kind of prescribed
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm still trying to recover cold. But
Okay.
what would you give advice to like the young people who want to start a business?
I mean, honestly, I think the thing that, and this is maybe a hot take, I'm not sure if people will like hearing this, but I feel like the best thing I did was learn on someone else's dime. And I got experience before I went
Mhm.
out there and I did it. I think that we, as a society, have really glamorized entrepreneurship and made it seem so sexy. And it is, there's a lot of it that is that. And it's so amazing to be able to, I don't know, have like to be fulfilled and to own your own time and to build something is really amazing. But I would say to get some experience really makes a difference. I really think it has made all the difference for me.
No, it's funny because that's the same advice I give young lawyer. Because I get a lot of young lawyers, they ask me, oh, should I open my own practice? Right? Should I open my own business? And I always say the same thing. I say get experience.
Yeah.
Because there's so many stuff that like it really take experience and time to get. And yeah.
I
And it's
used to
tough.
teach, I used to teach at FITM, the Fashion Institute and Design Merchandising School. And back in like, I would say like 15 years ago when I would teach, and I would say like, okay, what is everybody here to learn? What do you want to do after
Yeah.
school? And they would all say like product development, marketing, like different functions of
Mm-hmm.
the beauty industry. And I would say like 5 years ago when I was teaching, like 80% of the people would raise their hands and say, I want to start my own business, if not 90%. Like now, so many people do, which is fantastic. But I also think like there are so many, after working for as long as I have, there's still so many things I don't know. So just to like safeguard you a little bit and give you a little more confidence, go get some experience so you can kind of, I don't know, make mistakes on someone else's.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for giving that great advice for our audience. Yeah, because everybody that come to this podcast, I always want to leave something for a young listener, like what they can take away from that, and to inspire other women. So I always say, what would you give the younger self, right?
Yeah.
Like if you talking to Amy like 20, 30 years ago, I mean, you're so young, like 10 years ago, what would
I
you
am not
say?
so young.
Well, I know how old you are, so don't worry. I feel the same way. So, or like, what would you give advice to like the young people who want to start their own business? Like, what advice you would give them? So yeah.
I mean, I honestly, I would just tell myself it would all be okay. I think the decisions you make, we give ourselves such pressure. I think when not, I was going to say when we're young, but the truth is we give ourselves pressure all the time.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's how my asthma come up.
Yeah.
Eczema
And
come up.
I
Yeah.
100%. And that's, I think, so much of the stress to your point and like the inflammatory issues that we have. I think it's all very connected.
Hmm.
Um, and in general, I think we're so, as a society, so achievement based, so outcome oriented. And I'm trying to give the same advice to my younger self that I would to myself today, which is really just to be like happy on the journey and not so attached to just the outcome. Because
Oh my God,
a lot
Amy,
of
you
times
speak to my word.
you really can't control the outcome in a lot of ways. So many
Yeah.
things could happen. And so if you don't enjoy it during, then why did you do it? I had an entrepreneur once give me the advice of like the best thing to do is just be chill and even all the time. Like don't feel the ups and don't feel the downs, but just like take it all with equanimity. And I was like, but then
So
why am I
hard.
doing it?
Yeah.
I need to feel the positive moments or else I can't handle the low ones.
Yeah. Huh.
So I'm trying to give myself like the permission and let myself really feel those happy moments too.
But you know what? It's really good that you telling me what you just said. It's almost like that was a message for me. Um, is not to attach the result, and you really have to enjoy the journey. Because for me, is building the company is I just want to get there because I want to see it. I want to make it work.
I mean, it's hard because the things that
Yeah.
people like to talk to you about are like, when are you going to sell the company? How much is your revenue? What are like how many employees you have? It's so outcome oriented. And I
Hmm.
think it's really hard to not like look around you and be like, oh, well, this person started the same time I did, and how far are they? And
Yeah.
and I think that's human nature a little bit, but I try really hard just to like stay in my own lane and be like, like everybody has their own journey.
God, I feel like Oprah Winfrey just spoke to you and I.
It's true. I mean, but also like you could look at me and be like, wow, she started so late, right? Like I didn't start until I was 39 when I raised money. And
Mhm.
so it's been a minute, right? 40. I was 40 when I raised money.
That look at where you are now. So you know what? It doesn't matter, right? So
But like to me, I feel like I might, and sometimes people are like, oh, it's like an overnight success. And I'm like, I mean, or I worked in the industry for 20 years. It's been a
mhm,
long time that
exactly.
I've worked in the same industry. Um,
Yeah.
and so maybe once I started doing it, it was a little more accelerated and I definitely had more access than I
Mm,
would have when I was like 25 years old. Like if I was 25 years old doing this and I didn't have any experience and I'm not an influencer, would Sephora have called me back?
yeah.
No, they would not,
Right. Yeah.
right? But because I had a track record and I had a relationship, they weren't necessarily going to say yes, but they were going to meet with me because they
At least
knew,
they're open to it.
yeah,
Is so what you get from that experience is actually help you to accelerate your progress, and yeah, it also open the door for you. Connection, right?
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Agree. Well, thank you, Amy, so much for being
Thanks
on
for
the show
having
today.
me.
No, it was
So
awesome. And then
fun.
me and you, we have to go get a hot pot and Chinese
I
food.
mean, for
So
sure. Will you
yeah.
let me know next time you guys go? I'm jealous.
Yes. Yes. Definitely. Thank you so much.
I work
Have a good
across the street from Heidi Lau.
what you do?
I'm in Century City.
Okay, so now we know. So now we're gonna have lunch with you. Okay,
I know.
perfect.
I think yeah. We'll go sometime.
Yeah, we call you when we get there.
All right. Take care.
Perfect. Thanks.
Bye.
Okay,
Thanks for
bye.
having me.
Bye. Thank you.